1, Sierra Lima Delta. This is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Got you loud and clear, and welcome aboard the International Space Station. I have you loud and clear, and I'm excited for the questions. Over. Hello, Rosa Maria. It is cold in space, sometimes. In interstellar space, it's only about 3 degrees Kelvin, so that's minus 270 degrees Celsius. But where we are in low Earth orbit, we still feel the effects of the sun, so the temperature ranges anywhere from negative 100 degrees Celsius to probably 100 or 120 degrees Celsius, depending on if we're in the sunlight or if we're in eclipse. Over. Tell you, this astronaut sleeps pretty well in space. We strap a sleeping bag to the side of the wall, or sometimes it's not the side because the ceiling and the floor and the wall all behave exactly the same for us. But we strap our sleeping bag up against the wall, we zip in, and then we just kind of float there inside, and it's incredibly relaxing. Over. Hello. Well, that is one of my favorite questions because we use electromagnetic radiation. So essentially the wave that you and I are talking on right now, we embed our message there in the wave, and then we decode it into the receiver. Right now, you and I are talking by changing the frequency, how fast that wave is moving. But we do data from the space station by changing the phase, kind of the spacing of the wave. But what's really cool is it's really fundamental physics, and it works great. It's not exactly in real time because it takes the time that the speed of light is required to get from you to me. So there's just a tiny little bit of a delay. Over. That one was a little tough to understand. I think you asked how we spend our time here on the space station, and we split our time, probably I'd say about half the day we spend fixing or improving the space station, and then about half the time we spend doing experiments. Over. I'm sorry, I think that was the question. I heard you ask, are we always working on experiments? And we are not always working on experiments. The International Space Station is a very complicated spacecraft, and so it takes a lot to keep it running and keep it running well and even making it better. So sometimes we find ourselves outside doing spacewalks. We just did that recently, and we installed new solar arrays so that we can provide electrical power so that we can power things like those experiments. But we've got a variety of experiments that we work on the inside. There are some on the outside, too. They're super cool. Over. Well, we happen to have a doctor on board, but we don't have to. We are all trained, at least at a fundamental level, to be able to deal with medical emergencies. And so we could probably get someone into a safe status, but if it's really bad, what we could do is we could get in our spacecraft and we can come home. And we could probably be home in just probably 12 to 24 hours. Over. Well, it's very much like we eat and drink on the ground, but it's sometimes a little bit more messy. If you spill something up here, it goes everywhere. You can try to catch it. Delta. This is Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Got you loud and clear, and welcome aboard the International Space Station. I have you loud and clear, and I'm excited for the questions. Over. Hello, Rosa Maria. It is cold in space, sometimes. In interstellar space, it's only about 3 degrees Kelvin, so that's minus 270 degrees Celsius. But where we are in low Earth orbit, we still feel the effects of the sun, so the temperature ranges anywhere from negative 100 degrees Celsius to probably 100 or 120 degrees Celsius, depending on if we're in the sunlight or if we're in eclipse. Over.